Let's go.
And we ride again.
Dude, episode 78. Look at us. You know, something that I just noticed, our background is solid black today, and I don't actually know why.
Oh.
Interesting. Well, now we have a background. That's
you don't
exciting.
like the solid black? You don't like
the void? We can do that. I mean, you know, it's a great thing about running this ourselves. We can do whatever we want. What's going on, guys? What is going on?
You know what? It was did you see that it was Troy's birthday?
I did. I actually knew 2 days ago, and I wished him a premature happy birthday because I knew I wouldn't remember today. So, but yes, I did know.
Good on you. Good on
you know what? I feel like it still counts though, right? If you give it premature, it's still good.
Is that never mind. You know what?
Please,
I'm going to keep this a family show.
Please. I hope so.
This will stay a family program.
Right. Oh, what's going on, guys?
What's up, everybody? Good to see you guys trickling in.
Howdy. Yeah, so if you haven't already, guys, message Troy and say happy birthday. He definitely needs that kind of attention.
Is this when we call him on the show just to bug him and sing happy birthday, then leave?
Oh my God. Hold on.
Block him. We're like, we love you, bye.
Hold on, we can do that. Let's see if he answers. I'm gonna call him right now. I hope he doesn't say anything really bad.
Yeah, that's true. What does he usually say when you call him?
You never know. Oh, he's not gonna answer. This is really anticlimactic. I hope that if he watches this, he's gonna be like, "Oh, you guys."
We tried to do something nice for once.
You know what? We tried, and we failed. But that's all right. Let's see here, Ryan. Second clutch of Incubator Day. What do we got today, bud?
Heck yeah, man. Let's go.
Yeah, that's exciting. VA Morphs. Howdy, howdy, howdy. All right. So another Thursday.
Patrick, what's your best and worst of the week this week, man?
Oh, buddy, you jumped right in.
I want to know.
Oh, what is my best of the week? You know what's funny is I thought about this today, and I thought, what am I going to say? And I didn't come up with an answer then, and I don't have one yet. Nothing snake related.
It never has to be.
Yeah, that's fair. Got some programs I've been writing that are working. That's probably the best, but that's kind of
nice.
Yeah, that's not related to anything, but it's nice. Worst of the week. Man, once again, it's been a pretty it's been a really chill week, actually.
You're having a hard time thinking like worst of the week. It's not been a bad week.
I know it's been a good week. That's the hard part. I'll be honest, the worst part of the week was filming the YouTube video for this week, and one of the snakes that I really wanted to film refused to sit still.
Don't you love when that happens?
Oh my gosh, it's so frustrating. So I think that's probably my worst of the week, which actually is like a great week at that point.
Very
right?
mild,
so I'm gonna take that. I love it. How about you? What do you got?
Man, best of the week is we had our Patreon event this past weekend, and it was just fantastic. I love it. We do a couple Patreon events a year, but this was our platinum Patreon group, and so it's really, really low key. I mean, it's like 15, 16 people show up, and it's really in depth. Like you get to know people better. It's a lot of fun.
Cool.
We went to a baseball game that night, took everybody out to a Stripers game, and it was a blast. Had a great time doing that. And then not a lot of hikers in the group, considering no one wanted to go.
Yeah, that
after leaving the baseball game at like 9:00 at night, they didn't want to wake up super early the next morning and go up a mountain.
No, that's fair. I'm with them on that one. That's hilarious.
Snake people, man.
Oh, that's good stuff. Let's see. Tracy, our blackhead leopard, het clown, and pied girl we got from Canova laid their clutches this morning. 3 good eggs. Well,
I love that.
Yeah, Chase would be excited.
Not the 3 good eggs part.
I was going to say Chase would be excited. They only laid 3 eggs. That's Canova's secret, by the way, guys. They send you all the breeders that lay less than 4 eggs.
Yeah, so as soon as they don't lay, she's moving out. No,
that's a smart move. No, that's awesome. It's always exciting to start getting clutches, and that'll be fun stuff. Let's see. She was paired to a Hypo GHI Mojave. Yeah, those are gonna be some cool double.
Nice.
Yeah,
You
that's
know,
good stuff.
I'm never excited when like one of our giant girls is gonna lay, because typically you get like 7 giant eggs.
Oh, dude, isn't that the
I've
strangest thing?
finally had a girl who massive 5,000 grams,
Yeah.
15 eggs. And I
Okay.
was like, you know
Yeah.
what? I appreciate you. This is what I wanted.
We had that last year. Huge girl. And she laid like 6 or 7 eggs. And you're like, I mean, all of those babies were gonna come out eating weanling rats, but like just huge eggs.
Yeah,
Like
it is crazy the different sizes ball python babies can come in.
oh yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it is obscene sometimes when you're like, why is this like a mongoloid? Like, it's so big.
Yeah. You end up with legitimately like a 200-gram hatchling, and you're just like, what is going on?
Yeah.
So yeah, you have that, and then we have one girl. She's a big girl. She's like 3,000 grams, but she lays between 15 and 20 eggs every year, like on the dot. And it's just
Wow.
she's a monster. And it's crazy, like when you look at that and you're like, man, like, the big girls don't always lay as many, but some of those girls, man, they just absolutely pump them out. It's pretty impressive. So I love it. It's
Yeah,
good
a lot
stuff.
of times people are like, well, don't you want them all to be that giant? I'm like, no. You want that just like sweet, like 2,000 grams, 2,500 grams.
Yeah.
A few years in, and those are the consistent girls. Those are the girls that rarely take a year off. They're just year in, year out, like clockwork.
My blackhead cinnamon at Sunset Ultra North took a dump today. You know what? You're welcome. I don't know what to do with that information.
Well, 319 gave us their worst of the week.
I mean, that means she's eating, so that's a plus. You're welcome. That's good. That's good. Julian Reptiles. Hey bud, how's it going? Thank God the Pacers fan isn't on tonight. That's true. Yeah, Molly's not on tonight, so this is a good night.
What? Like Beetlejuice, I'm sure we could.
Nope, don't do it.
Get it
if you
going.
say her name 2 more times, it's game over. It's game over.
Speaking of which, my worst of the week, Molly did leave and went back to Indiana this week.
Yeah.
A little sad about that, but she'll be back very soon for a lot longer time period.
When you pay,
she'll be back on Late to the Mic in a couple weeks.
Oh God, great! I'm so excited. I can't wait. I was just saying yesterday we don't get enough patent action, so this is good.
Yeah, you need 2 of us stuffed into one little screen here.
one little screen. I hope Courtney. So I was talking to Courtney from Leviathan today, and I really hope that the reel that she made actually gets released. Apparently, I was filmed doing something really dumb at Bob's show. And, yeah, and she just sent me the video, and I mean, it was hilarious in my mind. I thought it was funny. And she's like, I don't know if Bob will let me like post this, and I was like, you do you, but I approve it. So we can watch the Leviathan and Southeastern Reptile Conference Expo show, whatever Bob named it, Instagram and Facebook, and maybe get a cool video.
Yeah, which we also figured out the dates on. Refigured the dates out last minute.
We're
a couple days ago.
What's up, Raphael? How's it going? Yeah, there's some lasting memories there for sure, to say the least.
It's like a bad girlfriend now.
Ugh. Just, how, we all have like mishaps, right? When you ship out a snake and it's the wrong sex, or just like something random like goes wrong. It happens occasionally, right? And you're like, it's going to happen occasionally, just on the sheer volume that we ship out, y'all ship out, whatever. Things happen. I think Raphael has every one of our mistakes we've ever made. It legitimately, at some point, I feel like Raphael had to feel like it was personal. I just felt like he had to feel that way, because it was like 2 or 3 little like just things that happened. And I'm like, dude, I am so sorry. Like, here we are. So yeah, definitely some lasting memories there. But you know what? We're doing good. We're doing good.
He's here now. That's the important part.
We're all here. We're all here and alive, and that's what matters. So we're still kind of in the dead zone for the ball python season. You know, for most people, they're just now getting clutches. Stuff's probably not going to be hatching for another month or two. So it's still kind of that awkward zone for everybody. You know, how is, I know Canova's getting eggs constantly.
Sitting in the incubator right now. I'm just waiting for it to come out of the egg.
Yeah. That's good.
There'll be more details next week.
That's awesome. It's a weird, it's a weird time. I've always, even though, we have a decent amount of clutches, around 100, it's always still been very seasonal. So even though, like, I know y'all have a lot and y'all's is kind of spread out, I'm not convinced I'll ever have a spread out season, which is very weird to me.
Really?
No, even, I mean, like I said, I'm going to be somewhere between 100 and 120 clutches. All of them will be laid within the next 2 months.
Wow.
Yeah. And that's like not on purpose. Like it just seems to happen that way. And I can't explain it. I don't know what it is. And what was interesting is even when Andre and I merged, the stuff from my collection still went early. His still went later in the year, and it never really spread out much. With him moving to the new location, it shifted a bit for him. But my stuff, I mean, it's nuts, man. I can't explain it. I don't know why. But I'll say 95% of my stuff will lay within the next 2 to 3 months. So, and then I won't have another clutch till March of next year. So
wow,
it's crazy, right? It's just it's weird.
I would get so sad not being able to like peek in the incubator throughout the year.
It's tough. It's weird, man. It's a two-edged sword. Because you start off real busy, but then as you work through selling things off, like it's just a constant decline, and so the workload towards the end of the year is a lot easier. So that's a plus. You don't have this constant level. My males, I think, actually do appreciate it because they get a good 2 to 3 months off, where they're not working and they're just eating and getting back up to weight. So I think that helps me like keep some males going. But
thank you, Charlie.
It is.
Sorry.
Two-edged, double-edged. Nobody asked you, Charlie.
This is just the first time ever in my 33 years I've heard a two-edged sword.
Yeah, swords literally have edges on either side, right? 2 edges. No? Double-edged sword, two-edged sword, whatever. You know what? I don't need this kind of bullying.
We're not going to get into it tonight, but
it feels like we should, though. You know what? That's the homework assignment. Anyway, yeah. So you're right, though. This is what I struggle with. Like right now, I don't have cool stuff hatching in the incubator like y'all do year round. I have like 3 or 4 month period where everything is crazy and exciting, and I'm cutting and doing videos of 5-10 clutches a day, and then it's just over.
Man, so to add on to my best of the week, I always do like a ultrasound kind of tutorial for our Patreon members, and then answer whatever questions they have. And I always just try and pick a few key girls where I'm like, oh, you know what, she should be building. This would be fun if we all find out together. So it is like a surprise for me and them while I do it. I've got 3 tornado and het tornado girls popping off right now, nice. Done, and some really great, crazy potential Cosmos stuff. So
okay, cool.
Super excited on that end. Just because I just saw David. Was it David that asked what we're excited about? No, it was Raphael. Said asked what we're excited about, and then we've got a few other big potential chances for multi-combo ADCs, and maybe some serious combo multi-recessive monsoon stuff.
Nice, man. It's interesting. Like,
it's gonna be a heavy year.
Yeah, I know people ask constantly, like, what are you most excited about? And I forget sometimes some of the clutches. I'm like, oh, that'll be really cool, or oh, that'd be really cool. I still go back. I really like Ultra Clown stuff. And so I've got some shots at some really, really, really crazy 5 and 6 gene ultra clown, hypo combos. So something in that realm probably is going to be what I'm most excited about, just because it's a project I started working really early. Also some of the Rust stuff I think is going to be really cool.
Yeah.
So that's I've got we've got shots at Rust Clowns and Rust Clown Pies this year. So long shots, but I think those are the most anticipated because that,
it's new.
Yeah, it's new. And, if we're looking at it from the business standpoint, that could be the future of Aura very, very easily. If that works out, that's, it's a lottery ticket. It's funny. You see a lot of people that work like the new jeans, right? And they're trying to hit dinkers. And it really is a lot of times just a lottery ticket, with these new jeans on if it works out or not. You don't really know, right? You have some jeans that take off and some that not so much.
Yeah.
So who knows? We'll see how it works out.
Like Huffman.
Like Huffman. Exactly. We don't have an ultrasound yet, long ways from that, but it was super cool to be able to palpate some of our girls and actually be able to feel follicles.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's an interesting when I wonder when is the optimal time to get an ultrasound,
So, it's funny. I was just randomly thinking about that not too long ago. I blanked out there for a second.
Yeah.
Maybe, and I look at the ultrasound this way, not necessarily to check the girls, but I feel like once you get to a larger scale, you're managing your males better. You're saving your males' energy. You're saving your own time too.
Yeah.
So I think it's kind of a multi-part process where I think once it's your full-time job, the collection's, a larger size, it's probably really reasonable at that point to have an ultrasound machine, just because you can make sure that male's not going to a girl who's not doing anything. She doesn't have anything, even though she's eating hard.
Yeah.
You're skipping a lot of the process, and then you're able to just not waste as much time with, oh, she's actually reabsorbing. I'm not going to spend any more time on this girl this year. I'm writing her off for the year. So it lets you streamline a lot. And so when I look at the ultrasound machine, it's not just for getting to see all the follicles and stuff. It's definitely just streamlining the whole room in just what's priority, what's not, and making things run smoother.
Yeah, I wholeheartedly agree. So the way I kind of look at breeding in general, I feel you get, give or take, about 8 pairings a month from a male, right? You can get them to 2 females per week per month, or and then so 4 per month, right? So you kind of stretch that out and think they can generally breed pretty well for 6 to 8 months, right? They all males need a little bit of a break, right? So you don't want them to go 12 months, but let's just say you go 8 months. You have about 64 pairings. So then the question turns into how do you optimize stretching that male across those 64 pairings? And it's like you talk about, you use the ultrasound. And so now, so we stop pairing it. If it's 30 or above, we don't pair again. And then if it's 10 or below, it just depends. 10s will still get paired, but if it's 7.5 or 5, we might still pair just to try and see if something gets going, if that male's not doing a ton. But if that male's doing a ton of work, all right, we don't need to waste or, do that necessarily. We hit the females that are at 15, 20. Ideally, we're only pairing a male to a female twice. That's kind of the goal. You hit her at 15,
2-3 times.
25.
Yeah.
And you're done. That's the goal. So like you talked about, is streamlining everything. It really lets you stretch your males a lot further. And then now, like I said, I've got some males, they're done for the year now. And if I wasn't ultrasounding, they'd still be being paired. But the girls are at 30, 35, and there's no need to pair anymore. So we're good to go.
And the ultrasound machine is also just critically important because it gives me the opportunity to see I can make that last minute switch without guessing, without any guesstimation. I can make that last minute switch, get that, the better genes in there with that girl.
Yeah.
And that's there's just so many positives with having one.
There really are.
If you can do it, it's totally worth it.
Yeah, I I bought my first ultrasound when I was only doing like 15 clutches, and I still feel like it was worth it. Because it still guided my breeding season and let me know like when my females were going to be ready or not. One thing I will say with ultrasounds, you get what you pay for. I wouldn't buy like a $1,500 or $2,000 ultrasound. I've messed with a lot of them, and they're not as good as the more expensive ones. Mine was like $4 or $5K, and it was worth every penny, and it was significantly better than the cheaper ones. And they really only go up, from there in like quality. So everybody I've talked to and seen and messed with, like you get what you pay for with them. So if you're going to, I would really recommend like saving your money and like getting a nicer one, not cheaping out just to get it faster. So
I was very lucky when I first, like when I was in Indiana, I had connections with a guy that worked for a hospital corporation.
Oh, there you go.
Who took out old ultrasound machines from the hospitals. I had a hospital grade ultrasound machine as my snake room ultrasound machine, which was amazing. Still had the printer on it where I could just capture moments and print out my
awesome.
And I paid $100 for it.
Oh, dude, that's so cool.
It was amazing. I was so lucky to have that.
That is fantastic. I love that. Let's see. Raphael, no, rust was not mixed into my ultramel stuff. It was random. An ultramel pairing is what found it first, but it wasn't in the ultramel stuff. It was separate from that.
And it has genetically tested different, correctly?
Yeah. So it is genetically different as well, and it's not monarch and it's not allelic with Marn, all that good stuff. Let's see. This is my first ultrasound. It's been nice knowing what's going on with Fogger. How frequently do you guys ultrasound?
Real quick, Ashley, we're thinking about you. Sorry, you're in the ER right now. Hope everything's okay.
God, that's terrible, Ashley. I'm so sorry. Oh, I hope everything ends up okay.
That's real love. The fact she still jumped in from the ER to say hey.
Does that mean we're more important than the kid? I just don't know.
Ashley does love us a bunch. I mean, we're not sitting there in the ER, but
go hang out with the kiddo, and thank you so much. And I hope everything ends up being okay. Yeah, so I ultrasound once a month. I try and do it like the first couple of days of the month. Sometimes it's like the first week. And I do basically everything that I know needs to be ultrasounded. So essentially if they've already if they've already ovulated, laid, whatever, like we're not gonna ultrasound at that point. And then if they just laid, whatever, also same thing. So but once a month we ultrasound basically the whole collection.
I also do mainly just a full once a month ultrasound along the whole adult female wall. I will take the ultrasound with me though through the room each week, and I'll just check in on a couple girls as I go through. So it's at random, but if these girls were at like 25 millimeters, I'm gonna go dip back in and check, especially if I've got another male that I'm really trying to take that clutch. I'll put him in a few times, but I have done like a last minute Hail Mary a couple times this past season, and I've got cool data that I've taken clutches with strong males at 30 millimeters.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know what? That's a win.
I think as long as
you can still make it happen.
I think you can get them all the way up until right before ovulation.
If it's a strong male.
Yeah. If the female's
a young, weak male, he's probably not going to take it.
Yeah. Well, it is what it is. But yeah, for sure. Let's see. Would be helpful for me because I couldn't really feel the dang focus. I'm really bad at it. I'm terrible at it. Like the worst. Andre could do it. I can't. I've seen some people like Joe from JSA. That man is a follicle whisperer. I am not at all. Which is part of the reason I bought the ultrasound initially. I tried palpating and I was bad at it, and it was kind of that moment where I was like, I think like if I'm gonna be serious about this, I'm gonna be doing this for the foreseeable future. Go ahead and just invest in it now because it's just more practice and time and years I'm gonna have with it. Because realistically, like if you get a good one, as long as it doesn't die, it's still going to be fine 10 or 15 years from now, So
yeah, especially because you're going to be so used to it. You're going to just you'll be spot on with your own machine.
Yeah. So, 10 out of 10 recommend the ultrasound, guys. That's it's right up there with I think one of the best things you can do for your business. While we're talking about eggs and stuff, I guess the other thing, like if you have space or can, I also big recommendation for like a closet or like walk-in incubator. I think they're just better, just in general.
Yeah, I mean everything's just more stable.
Yeah, like I know not
At the end
everybody
of the
has
day,
the
it's
space
stable.
for
Even
it.
when the power goes out,
Yeah,
that room's
better.
going to hold temperature better.
Yeah, for sure. So that's something else. Like, I learned that the hard way, but it's good stuff too. So if you can, 10 out of 10 recommend that as well.
You and if it's well insulated enough, candles, if you lose power, will keep it warm how it needs to be on its own. I have found that out the hard way, guys.
Oh God.
Back in the day, our generator wouldn't work. Justin was out of country. This is probably 7, 8 years ago now. Justin was out of country. We had a hurricane residual parts go through and absolutely just shred the town. Oof. Half the town's out of power, out of water, everything. And our generator quit working. And no one would come repair it. On the hour, every hour for like 3 days straight, I woke up through the night. I went, lit candles in the incubator.
Oh my God.
Waited for it to go right back up to temp, blew them out, went back to sleep, and just kept going.
And you were just cycling. Oh, that's terrible.
It looked like I was having the craziest seance in our incubator, just like bringing the demons there. But
to be fair, you probably were. There was a lot of praying, seancing, and every other kind of mystical powering you could come up with to make that to happen, out.
And it did.
Yeah, it's scary, man. I guess today is things you should do as a ball python breeder. Generators. 10 out of 10, guys. That's another incredible investment. The standby generators that run off of propane natural gas, where you don't even have to go outside to get it kicked on, right? I didn't fully appreciate how much of a improvement in life that would give me until I did it. So that's another one. Like, they're not cheap, obviously, but like 6 months ago, maybe, we had a really bad ice storm here. And at like 3:30 in the morning, a tree falls over and takes out all the power lines in my neighborhood. And the power goes out in my house. And about 30 seconds later, it kicks on. And of course, everything's good to go. And I remember just like rolling over and nudging Amelia and being like, I'm so glad we have a generator. And it's because like I always had a generator, but previously it was like one of the gas ones. You had to walk outdoors and hook it up, and it was a pain in the butt. And this one, I just stayed in my bed.
A lot of first world problems you just said, buddy. I had to walk outside and I had to turn a key and everything.
It was like 13 degrees, solid ice and snow. I did not want to walk outside and deal with the generator at 3:30 in the morning. But you're right. They are first world problems. And if that's what you have to do, then you have to do that. And at least you're prepared enough to have that,
It is so nice to have that. It's things like that that make you super thankful, especially because like the way our road and watering system works.
Yeah.
It's nice. We lose power. We know those guys are taken care of. Their water never stops. You don't have to go and scramble and get buckets and start doing the old school, like setting buckets on top of the racks and hooking water lines in.
Yeah. Speaking of rats, I just bought a spectacular amount of tubs to get some rodent breeding going here. Oof, buddy.
I kind of knew that was coming.
Yeah, he did.
A conversation a few days ago, but hey, I'm excited.
I bought a bunch. It's gonna be an operation. It won't be quite Canova size, but about 2,000 pups a week. So it's gonna be a good amount.
Enough to keep you busy. Man, I'm thankful Chaz is crushing it.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, he went from not working in the rat room to taking it over, and he's just instantly like, "Hey, you gotta start feeding these off. I'm crushing it."
Yeah.
Here, I pulled 2,500 pups this week. Like, I love these numbers. Thank you.
That's, Amelia was like, well, do we really need to produce that many? And I'm like, yeah, like we'll probably, if I had to guess, we're going to probably produce, 1,200 hatchlings or something this year, so like, yes, 2,000 is excessive. But like, they're not going to produce it 100% year round. Like, we all know how this all goes. So we're going to overproduce, and anything that is excess will absolutely, get frozen off and sold. That's the other part. We have people that can buy it here as well. So yeah, it'll be good.
Yeah, that is the nice thing.
Yeah. So we'll get a little bit of money back on the investment, but yeah. So I'm not looking forward to building racks over the next couple of weeks, but I saved I don't know $17,000 by doing it myself. So
yeah, there's something special about building racks. That's a bonding opportunity.
Fortunately, it's not my first rodeo, and I have plans, and I've done it many times before. So like, it's really not that much effort. But like, when you start doing the math on how much like the metal racks cost now, it's tough to justify the difference in cost if you have the time to build them. Like, it's one thing if you don't have the time, or you've never done it before. Like, if you have a reason to not build them, I get it. But if you've got the time and you want to save some money, you can.
It's funny. It's only been like 6 years.
Yeah.
Since we stopped using our original wood racks.
Yeah.
Like the OG wood racks. They were starting to get in rough shape.
It's funny though, right? Like, they take a while to wear down. Like, if you build them,
they really do. Yeah. If you build them right, like, they can last 15 years.
So on y'all's original wooden ones, did y'all have it to where the tubs hung from the little like handles, or were they the ones where they had support underneath them? Do you remember?
No. They hung. We actually made like little slides for them, like we would the metal racks. And
so that's how I used to do it. And then I was talking to Jake Schupner over at Maestro Exotics, and he has a design, and it seems like Vision uses this design now, where instead of having the little hangers, they have like support beams underneath that help to hold the tub in. And apparently, it like for just like lasting longer, it works better because you're not putting a lot of pressure or weight just on those little hinges that can wear down over time.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah, and it really doesn't like make the rack that much taller to do it that way. And I was like, well, I guess that's what we're gonna do this go around. Try it out. So anyway, yeah, it's gonna be an adventure.
Rat racks have a knack to have leaks once in a while, and wood doesn't like to tolerate that.
It does not. Not even a little bit. I don't like to tolerate that either myself, though, for being honest.
Same.
Yeah, Tracy, after we basically lost all an ice storm right before Christmas, I swear we never. Yeah, I get it. I fortunately never lost any animals, but we had a snowstorm years and years ago, and it was just the gas generator, and it was just like a mild inconvenience. And I was like, let's just get the propane one. So
yeah, I remember Jesus, a few years ago now. I remember in Texas, they had that freeze.
Very much so. Yeah. My family went without water for 3 weeks. Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah, it was crazy, man. It was nuts. Yeah, people were moving their animals out of the state. Like, that was a crazy time. Yeah. And then we had I'll roast him, I don't care. Fuckface. Chris Cersei. And he's over here. If y'all were more prepared, this wouldn't be an issue. Oh my God. One of the few times the entire ball python community came together.
I was one of them, and then roasting other people. That makes sense. That sounds very ball python community. God. Like, we're going to really help people, but then we're also going to roast people as a community.
Yeah, I think he's gotten better since then. But yeah, he definitely made some stupid comments that day. That was not good. Let's see. Go ahead, Chase. Yeah. You pronounce that city.
No, I'm okay. I'm not sure. I'm not going to do that on a public forum. I know better than that.
Yes, in Ontario, they have underground lines. Some of the neighborhoods here have underground lines too, which helps.
I was assuming it was like Mississauga, to be honest with you.
I mean, it might be. I mean, that seems reasonable, but I have no idea.
That was my shot.
Yeah, I know it's a good shot. Well done. We'll give it to you. Yeah, no, rarely having power issues is good. I just I don't even like the word rarely, to be honest. I just want never want to have power issues. Although we're always, you got it right on, Chase. This is Saga.
Let's go.
It's you, a wordsmith. All right. What we kind of stumbled across this topic. What else are essentials for ball python breeding? So we got generator, ultrasound, which isn't necessarily an essential, but I think it's like,
No.
if you're going to do this long term, I think the sooner you invest in it, the better.
True essential, good, clean lighting for your
Oh,
photos.
buddy. Yeah.
Not
Guys.
having feet in your photos. There's some, once in a while, I will stumble on some just gym photos on Morph Market with like feet in the photos, or just like just kind
Look,
of gross looking.
we're never going to do it. I know that. Chase and I have talked about it many times about
So
just
many
having a
times,
whole.
guys.
We just want to have an episode where we roast people's pictures. And I'm telling you right now, we will never do it because neither one of us want to deal with the backlash. But there are animals listed at over $10,000 right now that literally look like they were rolled around in dog shit and then taken with a potato. So like, we can do better, guys. So yeah, I chase that a light box, just like a simple light box that you can get off Amazon, like a 2 foot by 2 foot light box, and a halfway decent camera will change everything for you with pictures. Like, just, and a Photoshop subscription to white balance if you really need to. I mean, that's about it. You don't need to, if you're taking a good picture, you don't have to like actually edit much. You just literally white balance it and you're good. So yeah, man.
So Ryan's question. I use just like, we have used the same foam board, white foam board.
Yeah.
For the last 15 years. That's it.
But
We made our own like little box with it. We scored the sides and scored the back, and then we just kind of flipped them up, and we made our own little light box. And it's held just around with like rubber bands, nothing fancy, no crazy light boxes. That's it. Just
I'm going to
the
share
lighting
what
from our
I
facility.
use. Let's see here. Can I share the link in?
You should be able to share it in the comments. For sure.
See if it'll let me. There you go, guys. So that's literally exactly what I bought and what I use. And it works fantastic. It's absolutely spectacular. You can adjust the light level if you really need to. It comes with like 3 or 4 backgrounds in it. I only use the white one, but you could use a black one. Yeah, that's literally it. That's all I do. And then what I do is I take the picture, and then when I, go to edit photos, the only editing I do is I literally click white balance, and I white balance it to the white background, and it gives.
And he takes the eye stripes off, and he puts the clown head on. And no, I'm just kidding.
my clown vines look exactly like clowns with just white patches on them.
It's like, how's this always happening?
It's crazy. Yeah, it's really straightforward and really simple. So yeah, guys, it's that's it. It's pretty simple. I did do what y'all did for a while, the little phone booth. I had a snake poop in it one time, and
that's unfortunate.
It was tough, and I didn't want to redo everything, so I literally just bought this because it's easy to clean.
That's wild. We have never had that happen,
dude. I put that snake in there, and I'm taking the picture, and all of a sudden it starts, cranking its tail up, and I'm like, you better not, and then just obliterated it, and I was like, fair enough. Well done. Well played, traveling salesman. Well played.
That was one of those 6-egg, 200-gram ball python hatchlings.
Yeah, dude. Okay, so obviously y'all have gotten conjoined eggs before, right?
Yeah.
How often do you get 2 babies out of them? I think we're heading there. So yeah. We'll see. When she laid it, it was the perfect like conjoined egg, like it looks like a barbell. It had embryos in both sides, like full blown like vein and embryo on both sides.
That's so rare. Typically, one's a slug.
Exactly, and I've never seen, like you said, I've never seen embryos on both sides. And so I put it in there, and it's been a month and a half or so. It hasn't molded yet. So yeah, it's interesting. It's also from a female I never saw a lock from, which is going to be interesting too.
Weird.
Yeah, I mean, she got paired a bunch. This male, I think he was just working quick. I'm hoping we're going to find out.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah, I mean, shots at Exanthic DG Monsoon stuff. So, could be okay.
I had the weirdest did not produce female the other day. So typically I'll write them off. If I see the reabsorb happen on the ultrasound machine,
Yeah.
I'll write DNP on their front of their tag. So then I know, okay, I don't need to look at this girl. She's done.
Yeah.
And you never get slugs out of them. You get nothing.
Yeah.
I pull the tub open and she looks normal. You can't tell anything's different. I pull her up and she had like 8 pearl-sized slugs.
Oh my
where
God.
somehow, and this was 5 months after I wrote her off. Like I saw her reabsorb, like, oh, she's done. She's not doing anything. I DMP'd it. It's the first time ever I've had that where like 5 months later, there's a pile of pearls. And I'm like, okay, I guess she went to whatever term she was trying to get to, but nothing happened.
She failed. She failed the mission successly.
Yeah.
I've never had them as pearls. I've had them tiny, like ping pong balls. Never pearls though. That's interesting. That's tiny.
Like they were like when you see like the 0.5s on the ultrasound. That's what I got. It was kind of neat.
Yeah. Sure thing, Ryan. Absolutely, bud. And if you ever have any questions, feel free to hit us up on Instagram. I'll. It may take me 24 hours to get to you, but I'll get there. Raphael, where does the light come from? On the box that I shared the link for, it has lights on the top and then the 2 sides. So it's a lot of light. If you're adjusting the camera settings on your camera, it will, it's plenty of light. And then honestly, like if you take a decent bright picture and then you white balance it, they look fine. So, I mean, that's all my pictures. That's how we do them. So, and I don't think my pictures are terrible. They're not as good as they could be, but they're, I'm not a professional photographer, so I'll take it. They represent the animal and the colors perfectly. So,
and that's all we need.
That's it, man. Let's see. Beginner vendor type. Would you recommend individual deli container? A display. Never deli. Yeah, never deli.
People, I think, so when it's delis, for me, I feel like people just overlook things too fast. If they're all just sitting there flat delis, nothing's grabbing their attention more. Where you can put your nicer stuff at the top tier, really bring people in. So
the one caveat, and especially if we're talking about delis, they do make displays that like hold the deli cups, right?
Yeah.
Like a lot of hognose breeders and things like that use it. I don't see that with ball pythons very often because I just feel like ball pythons don't display well in the deli cups. And I think that's what you're talking about, Chase.
Sure.
It's not ideal. So I would very much so recommend, ARS. They have the acrylic displays with glass lids so you can clean the lid. They're like $400 or $500 a display. So you're talking like for, a 3 display setup, which is kind of one table, it's about $1,500. If you're going to be doing shows regularly, it's an expense that's very much so worth it. You just have to decide if you're going to be doing shows regularly or not.
No one's walking away with an acrylic case. Someone can walk away with a deli.
That is very true. It's those things
and that's
are
saving you
heavy.
from being the person that has the roll nets over your table, so it obscures the snakes because you're seeing that. Not today, over those delis.
Not today. Not today. So definitely if you can avoid the delis, I would avoid the delis. But I understand, like, you got to start somewhere, and so there's no hate from me on it. It's just I'm kind of at a point in the industry and in my life where as long as every day I'm improving something a little bit, like, I'm doing okay. So I understand, like, starting somewhere and just like improving.
And look for used. That, right? I started with used cases.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, there's no reason you have to go out right away. I found used ARS cases. I love ARS. And I mean, that's one of the easiest ways to go. Yeah,
for sure. Yeah. There's, scrounging Facebook Marketplace is a magical thing. So you can find.
Yeah, it's amazing what you can find on there.
That's true. I'm currently looking for a trailer. So good times. Stop.
To pull stuff or to live in.
Yes.
Yes to both.
To both.
You and the rats. That's the new rat room.
Oh my God, could you imagine? That'd be terrible. Oh my gosh, it's so good.
I knew a couple guys, they bought insulated, air conditioned semi truck trailers.
Yeah.
And they dug the area out and then just backed them in so they're parallel to the ground, and those are their rat rooms, and they had
Yeah.
full mobile, ability with their rat rooms. It was kind of cool.
That's interesting. I've seen the shipping container builds. I haven't seen one like that. That's intense. That's cool. Is there a good source to find used cases and racks? Not really. Fauna. I don't even know. Is Fauna still around? I know he was talking about killing it. I don't know if he actually did.
I know, like 2 years ago when we looked, we saw it open.
Hold on. It does seem to sort of be on as of 12/19/24. I'm still waiting on my developer to finish up on the classified control panel so I can use it to encourage members to become paying members.
Oh.
It seems like he is going to shut down the site at some point. It doesn't look promising. He has turned off. He said, I'll be shutting off Google AdSense ads on January 1st, 2025. So there's no more, interestingly, there's no more ads on Fauna, which is, I'm going to be, hold on. I think I can do this. Can we?
You're going to screen share?
Yeah, this is, guys, this is ancient history for those who don't.
This is what we grew up with. Wow. It's so blank now.
It
is so blank without all the Google ads.
So years ago, guys, literally this screen was nothing but ads except for the text on either side.
That's too
let's
funny.
See. Let's go just look and see if the classifieds.
Guys, we're going to shop for snakes together.
Oh, yeah. Do we want to get a 2024 Mojave Red Stripe female? 180 shipped. Okay. You know what? This picture is still better than many that I see on Morph Market. So that's a plus. Wow. How much PTSD do you have right now, Chase?
I'm getting a lot. I feel like I'm going to go back and start looking for like pet pieds to buy and spend like $1,000 on an adult pet pied female.
Yeah. That's pretty dark for a pastel banana. Interesting.
Really? That's what that is. That's what they've got it listed as.
That's what it's listed as.
That's always the better question.
Yeah. This is fun. I'm glad,
this is fun.
Underground reptiles. I was wondering where they post.
Underground.
Underground. Oh, look at that. Guys, this is good
stuff. That's
a
picture right there. That's how you sell a snake.
How long do you think it took them to get that snake to pose like that?
I would love to know. I like the JC Penney like Photoshop background we got going on.
It's so good. So good. It looks like Underground is the main user on here. I don't remember Justin really posting a ton on here back in the day. I know he did. I feel like it was way more from his website,
Yeah, I was gonna say he did a little bit, but everything I bought from him way back then was just off his website and just shooting him an email because I mean I went down there, hung out with him, and so I kind of knew what he had. Yeah. So then I was like, hey, I want to get into this. And then he just kind of give me a list of what he's got.
Oh, guys. Okay, this is just personal advice. Don't do this. If you can't, this is not, let's go. We're going to do some mild roasting here. First off, it's a picture of a computer screen. Let's not do that. So it's a list of animals. We can do better than that. And then it's a picture of a computer screen. A screenshot would have gone a long way here. Okay. Just going to throw that out there.
I kind of like that it looks like Windows 95 on a Windows 95 built site.
You're right.
That, sir, is called nostalgia.
This is very nostalgic. Oh my God. I love this so much. Paul's Cool Scales. Guys, 3K shipped. 32 adult ball pythons. We've got a Mojave Het Clown, a Super Pastel. This is our free plug.
Those are the males.
Yeah, these are the males. A Superfly Clown, Queen Bee Het Clown. I haven't seen a Queen Bee in a long time.
Wow, I haven't seen a Queen Bee in forever. Yeah. Like years, literal years.
Seriously.
Dang.
Wow.
This
Banana
is
Mojave,
fun.
Super Leopard Ivory, Inchy Freeway. Okay. And we've got a nice list of females here. You got some good clown stuff. A Sugar Fire Het Clown. That could be fun. Mix that in with some Spot Nose and Yellow Belly. Make some Spot Nose, Yellow Belly Calico Clowns. Those are really cool animals. Yeah. Guys, offer them $2,000.
Oh, come on, Jacob. You know that's just like pepper seasoning for a reptile. It's fine.
Oh my god. Let's see. We got lucky and got a rack from CV Exotics when they're selling off. Yeah, that's awesome. That guy is known for mites. Oh god, is he really? That's unfortunate. Guys, don't buy it. Don't offer him 2K then.
All right, guys. Patrick just tried to
yes,
really hook you up.
I was trying to help this guy. Oh, leaving the hobby permanently. Everything must go. God. We call them Paul's cool mites. Oh my god, are you serious?
You know what? This is it. This is the show.
I think we're gonna do this every week now, guys. We're gonna hop on Fauna and King Snake and just look through some ads and see what we can do.
I hope you know how much I love you guys.
Guys, this is great. A nice in the okay. I'm not sure what the screenshot's supposed to show.
Oh no, I missed it. I missed it. What was the picture of?
It's just a snake head popping out. That's all.
You know what? I like that head pattern though, the 3 dots.
Yeah, it's cool. We got some albino stuff. He's out. He's out. You can get yourself some boas, a striped king snake. This is gonna be good. Oh, guys, you want a scaleless ball python? A male scaleless ball python. Oof.
And if you buy that, you need to sell everything else because all the time for that collection goes into making sure that animal sheds properly.
That's actually the trick to keeping scaleless animals is you can't own any others.
You just have one.
Oh my god.
It sucks because they're so cool. That's what sucks. They're so neat. And I love scaleless corns. Who would have thought that the belly scales
yeah, they matter so much.
That big of a deal.
Oh my god. I can't believe they're $600 now.
That really?
Yeah, $600.
Wow.
That's incredible. How much is just a non-pied version? $500. Dude, they look just so weird. So
they are.
Did you go to Daytona the year that Daniel Allison had Mr. Smooth Brian's original one? Were you there for that? Okay.
I was not.
I was there for that one, and that was rough. That actually is what turned me off to buying scaleless stuff altogether.
Really?
The irony was they brought it to kind of like sell people on it, and then it looked rough. I mean, I remember sending pictures to people. Yeah, it had the opposite.
I heard that a lot. Like people saw it and they were like, "Oh, you know what? It looks like it's going to have issues."
I'm going to figure out what my old login password is, guys, for next week, and we're going to look through some of Patrick's old listings because I definitely.
Oh, that's going to be a blast.
Yeah.
Good luck hitting forgot password on that.
You're
try to put forgot email too. I'm sure it's from an old college email.
Hey, I'm hoping. So I've had the same email that I use for some of my sites for, still have it. I'm hoping it's that one, but it may be another one that is lost to time. The one thing that they got rid of that I wish was still around was the class, the BOI, the Board of Inquiry.
Yeah.
They got rid of it, and that would have been fun to look through and look at some drama on there.
Yeah, Facebook kind of took over that. I mean, in the drama from the Facebook groups, I just love that the ball python information group kicked Justin out after he gave advice, genuine advice.
I love it so much.
And the experts kicked him out because he wasn't a ball python expert, allegedly.
How many felons do you think are just in this list here of people trying to export animals? Oh God. Yeah. All right. Guys, that is going to be a great segment that will continue because
I thoroughly enjoyed that. That is some real nostalgia. The amount of hours I spent sitting there and Craigslist.
Yeah.
How many times would you change your city on?
Oh,
try and find better animals, like what's available in this area.
So many. What are the chances? There's no chance it's still around. The Ralph Davis. Oh,
I remember that.
Dude.
No.
His site's still up. Hold on, guys.
Really?
This is like, if y'all should ask Justin too. Justin will tell you stories. This was another thing. We used to sit and you could literally sit and Ralph would literally give notes on everything. I can't believe this is still up.
That's amazing.
He would give notes on everything. He would give pictures. For those who don't know, Ralph Davis was like, I'd say the first internet big deal in ball pythons. Like, you had like the first round of ball python breeders that laid the foundation for everything. But I think Ralph Davis is the guy,
like that was the guy.
Right. He really, like, it's this right here. He was the incubator records and like the online persona, and really helped like push ball python stuff. He brought look at that, Dreamsicles from 2013. Oh my God. I remember looking at this, guys, and just dreaming of owning like a $40,000 snake. This is so cool. Oh, it's not pulling up the pop-up for y'all. Oh, sorry. Well, let me see if I can.
I was gonna ask, you keep clicking, but we're not seeing anything. I didn't know if it was still clickable.
Well, I'm just gonna go entire screen now, and here we go. Okay, so now if I click it, there we go.
Oh yeah, there you go.
I can't make the picture any bigger, but still, dude, this is cool. Like, this is great. This is cool stuff, man. Like, you think like this was 2013. This was beyond
the cutting edge of absolute cutting edge.
Yeah,
in that moment.
Look at this. Like, Ghost, or they still called it Ghost at the time. Hypopides, Dreamsicles. Look how orange that Dreamsicle is. Like, right out of the egg. Oh my God, dude, this is cool. Oh, here we go. Some more hypo stuff. When Spider wasn't a problem.
Yeah, look at that.
Or is that Hinging Woma? Yeah, it is Spider. Okay. More Dreamsicle stuff. Yeah, man, this is cool. Oh, we're gonna do some more nostalgia moments. This is good stuff. How late back can we go? We can go all the way back to 1999. Oh, he doesn't have pictures though. Hold on. Let's see when the last one with pictures is. 2001. He has notes for 2001, notes for 2002, 2003. We have pictures. That's a boa. We don't care about boas. We're getting there. More boas. 2006.
There we go. Wow. What are we looking at? What kind of pastels are we looking at here? What do we got?
Caramel albinos.
No. Oh, man.
2.2 caramel albino and 0.1 het caramel albino hatched out on June 10th of 2000. So almost, guys, this was
almost 20 years ago.
Yeah, 19 years ago. Oh my God, this was 19 years ago. Oh my God.
Yeah, that's kind of makes me sick to my stomach in a way, but caramels.
Dude, this is so cool. Platy daddies.
No, this is some special stuff, guys.
Oh my God, guys, this is spectacular. I hope y'all are enjoying this as much as we are. Oh my God, I tried to log into Fawn and King Stink a few months ago and couldn't get in. I wanted to see how much I paid for my first pastel female spider male. Yeah, you don't want to actually see that.
No, you don't want to depress you.
Oh my God, that's cool. All right.
Man, well, I always was so ready weekly too to listen to the Bush League Breeders Club podcast.
That is a site that's
OG.
Yeah.
Man, yeah, that's Will Banks on, Justin, like every big guy.
Everybody, man. It was really cool. It's sad that the site went away, Bush League Breeders.
Yeah.
But this is incredible. I can't believe Ralph still has all of this up. And the thing that's really cool to me is like the notes. Like, we could go through and literally know everything about his season. Like, this is awesome. Even like, he just showed, like, there's a picture of a dead hatchling here, and he was like, oh, this is something really weird that popped up from my phantom and blah, blah, blah. From a breeding a phantom male to one of his normal sisters. Both are from clutch number 03, the Karma clutch. Like, it's so interesting to see, like, Ralph's viewpoint, 20 years ago, literally. Dude.
Different time.
I'm glad we ended up down this little click hole here.
It was a nice rabbit hole.
That's fun. Yeah, Craigslist. I spent time on Craigslist, less on Craigslist, more on Fauna and really, like, if I think about the sites that I really like spent the most time on, it would be Fauna, Justin's site, Ralph's site. Honestly, it was kind of those three. I didn't spend a lot. The Reptile Report had a store for a little bit. They had a marketplace for a hot second. We did stuff on there, but yeah. Anyway, remember, Has It, Lesser Butter, and Platty Daddy are all different this week. Okay. Well, that if you read through Ralph's notes, that's been a conversation for 20 years. It turns out.
So the market's also been ending for the entire 20-year period as well. So things don't change with ball pythons. It's amazing.
Things don't. Literally, they don't. I love it so much. All right, guys. So that's about
this was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's about it for today. This was spectacular. I think we may have hit a gold mine here, Chase. This was fun.
At least emotionally for us, yeah.
Yeah, this was completely self-serving, but I hope y'all enjoyed it. And for the audio listeners, I'm sorry. Go to Ralph's website and you'll see what we're talking about.
It's very old, but very cool.
Yeah, it's great stuff. All right. On that note, Chase, what's the best way for people to get a hold of you?
JKRMGR on Instagram and Canova everywhere else. Patrick.
I love it. Guys, Aura Reptiles everywhere. Please like and subscribe. As I say every week, I need your validation desperately. All right, friends. Till next week, we will see y'all on Thursday. Thank you again.
See you guys. Thanks.